Welcome children to Geography with Juliana. We are continuing with field visit. In the last video, we have seen that Rahul and his companions along with their teacher are on a field visit. After visiting Siagat Fort and the Rajmachi Point on the eastern sides of the Western Ghats, they are now crossing the Western Ghats, which are also called as Bhor Ghats or the Khandala Ghats as they are known. On the eastern side, they found more of plain areas, but now that they are climbing up the Ghats, they find that the topography becomes more and more undulating and the slope becomes steeper and steeper. After crossing the Ghats, they descend on the western side of the Sahyadris or the Western Ghats. So they come to the Konkan region, that is the western coastal plain region. They are heading towards Raigad district, to Alibaba, which is about 96 kilometers to the south of Mumbai. On the Western Ghats, they notice that the climate changes, they start sweating. It becomes more and more humid. The reason is they are going towards the coastal region. Moreover, they also realize that the trees around are now more of deciduous type. There are teak trees surrounding or all around on the Western Ghats. Western Ghats are thickly forested areas. They also realize that the climate now is much warmer and humid. What season could it be? There's a question here in your textbooks. We need to guess from the climate. So probably now they are in maybe the end of monsoon season when there is humidity in the air. Humidity, one reason is because of the nearness to the coast, but also the season, Mumbai receives very high rainfall. Western Ghats also receives very high amount of rainfall, and therefore they realize the weather change. They start sweating. It gets hotter. So it could be the end of monsoon seasons. This is when probably they have come for this field visit. They also realize now that the cultivation is more of paddy crops. So sugarcane is now over. There is more of paddy crops. Again, paddy crops require good amount of rainfall, and we know that the Western Ghats and the Western Coastal Plain receives good amount of rainfall. Now they are reaching towards the sea, the coastal region. Can you tell me which sea could this be? Yes, the Arabian Sea. On the western side of, that is on the western side of the Sahyadris, running parallel to the western coastal plain. As they come down from the Ghats, they move towards Alibaba, and as they reach Alibaba, they visit this Talati office. Now Talati office is district collector's office, also called as magistrate's office. Why do you think they have visited this place? Yes, they have carried a questionnaire and they need answers to many of their questions. What questions could probably be answered at this Talati office? At the collector's office, they will get details, many details about the total population, the density of population, the age structure. Besides, they will also get information about the places of importance in Alibaba. They will get also information about the type of soil, the crops, the fruits, the cash crops, etc. etc. Talati office, the main function of theirs is also revenue collection, and therefore it's also called as the revenue department. After visiting the Talati office and getting a lot of information, these children now go to rest for the afternoon. They have their lunch, and after that they plan to visit the sea coast, that is the beach of Alibaba. As they reach the beach of Alibaba, they see the beautiful sea and a fort that is surrounded by the seawater. They realize that this is the Colaba Fort, okay, and they also understand that this fort is quite different from the other two forts that they had seen. What they had seen was the Naldurg Fort and the Sinhagad Fort, which are the land forts. This fort is surrounded by sea. Okay, so therefore it's called as Sea Fort. Now Alibag, as I told you, there is a lot of rich history in India. Okay, so does the name Alibag have any history? Ali Cha Bag. Okay, so you can surf the net and find out a little more about this Alibag. The coastal the scene of the coast is mesmerizing, and the children are fascinated. Many of these children are visiting a sea coast for the first time in their life. Okay, and therefore that was something really very, very mesmerizing for them. They see the Colaba Fort, which lies 2 kilometers inside the sea. And this Colaba Fort gets surrounded by sea water at the time of tide. Okay, besides the Colaba Fort and besides the Alibag beach, do you know if there are any other places of interest in Alibag? You can surf the net, okay, but I will give you a few of the famous places that can be visited here. So besides the Alibag beach, the Colaba Fort, okay, you can see here the Colaba Fort, okay, in the picture. Then we have the Janjira, okay, you must have heard about Murud Janjira, which is again another fort in the middle of the sea. Then we have Kanderi Fort in Alibag region. Raigad Bazaar is also famous. Vikram Vinayak Temple is famous here. Magnetic Observatory is also very famous here. Besides Alibag beach, there are other beaches also. The Kihim beach, the Nagao beach. Okay, these are some other beaches which are famous in Alibag. Now, in the 9th standard, the children and all of you have studied various features that are formed by sea waves. Can you identify the feature in this picture? Yes, this is a wave cut platform. If you remember, we studied about sea caves, wave cut platforms, sea arches, sea stacks, sandbars. Okay, but in this picture what you see is the wave cut platform. Now after visiting and after enjoying themselves here, now remember to surf the net. As I told you, we are not going to remain limited to the limited knowledge. Okay, we have to surf the net to get more and more information. This is the Janjira Fort. Okay, now Alibag beach, the Janjira Fort. You need the help of local guides over here. Could you tell me why? Yes, in order to understand the timings of the high tide and low tide, you need to be very careful. You need to listen to the instructions given by the teachers and the elders and the local people, and take precautions, because there are chances that accidents can happen if we are not aware of the timings of the high tide and low tide. Then this is the picture of a Janjira Fort. You can see the wave cut platform beautifully in this picture. Okay, this is the Janjira Fort. Okay, during high tide, the boats can reach right up till the steps. The steps rather are immersed in the water. But during low tide, the boats have to be anchored a little far, and you can walk on the dry ground as well. Okay, so this is another view of the Janjira Fort. I try to get you a few more pictures of the other forts and other sites that are in Alibag, though they have not mentioned about these in our textbook. This is the Kanderi Fort. Okay, what type of occupations? Now, from all the things that they have noticed over here, okay, the teacher asks them about the occupations. What occupations do you feel could be carried out here? Yes, I mentioned about the paddy fields. So agriculture is their major crop. Along with agriculture, being in the coastal area, fishing is another major occupation carried out here. And both these occupations are what type of occupations? The primary occupations. You know, there are 3 types of occupations. Primary occupations based on the raw materials used use of raw materials directly. Secondary occupations where the raw material is processed, so we include more of factories and processing industries in the secondary occupation, and tertiary occupations are normally businesses, okay, that is shops or selling of all these products and services. Besides these two primary occupations of fishing and agriculture, there could be tourism. Now tourism is a tertiary occupation, right? So that could be another major occupation here in Alibaba, because Alibaba, as I told you, is not just limited to one beach. There are plenty of beaches and forts all around, right? Then they also notice that there are a variety of fruit trees here. There are coconuts being on the seashore, coconuts, betel nuts, jackfruits, bananas, okay, and variety of other types of fruits that are grown here. This type of fruit gardening or fruit cultivation is called as horticulture. Okay, contradictory to this, we have floriculture where flowers are cultivated. So here horticulture farming is another type of major occupation, okay, and also now horticulture will also be primary occupation, and tourism of course. Then after playing on the beach, these children now move back, okay, with a lot of sweet memories that they have collected. They go back to their rooms, they sit and discuss what points to be written in the reports, and then next day they leave back to their original place in Usmanabad to Naldurg. Okay, what could be the points that they should consider while writing a report? Now while writing a report, okay, you need to give an introduction as to where the place is located, how maybe in kilometers, then what preparations did you make, what was the transport means that you took, then what was the transport route that you have taken, where is it located, is it on a hilltop, whether it is on the coastal areas, okay, or whether it's a forested area. Then maybe you can talk about the total area which they got from the Talati office. All this information about total area, the total population could also be added. Okay, all this information they get from the Talati office and also from their observations, various types of occupations. Through their observation, they have come to a conclusion about the types of occupations that are carried on here, the climate that they came across, okay, and so all these points have to be kept in mind while writing a report, and then a conclusion as to what you learnt from it. So these are the few points that need to be kept in mind while writing a report. Introduction, location, climate, types of houses, population, occupation, types of trees, and conclusion. Reference maps, pictures, etc. have to be added, and in the end, acknowledgement, where you can be grateful to your teachers, the principal, who have arranged for this field trip as well. There are a few questions that we will, okay, there's another one question which I have not discussed. How will you manage your litter during the field visit? This question was there in the 2019 question paper, okay, for the SSC board. How will you manage your litter? Now, we all understand the importance of cleanliness, okay, and our Prime Minister also has given us the mission of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. So keeping that in mind, we have to not litter around. We can collect our litter and garbage individually and then collectively put it in a big carton. We cannot carry plastic bags anymore, so we can put it in a big cardboard box, a big carton, and then after collecting it throughout the journey, we have to keep collecting and then take it back to our own place, our school or wherever we come from, and dispose it off safely. We need to keep in mind that we will not litter around. We will not throw any wrappers or papers outside the bus. Okay, whenever we sit for lunch, we will make sure that we clear up the place. If we see garbage around, we will pick it up and put it in the dustbins. We will also look out for signboards. We will educate one another. We will keep on reminding each other not to litter around, to leave the place the way we got it. Okay, so with this we end the chapter. In the next video, that will be a little shorter, I will try and discuss a little questions. Okay, the little boxes that I was not able to discuss, we will discuss that in the next video. Okay, so till then, goodbye, God bless you, take care.